7 years ago, Walter, a 79-year-old retired fisherman from Oregon, walked into my clinic with a slow, unsteady gait, his hands gripping a weathered walking stick carved with images of the Pacific coast. He spoke of his days casting nets at dawn, the salty air filling his lungs as he hauled in the day's catch, his voice once bold with pride, now softened by exhaustion. "I can't even carry my tackle box to the dock anymore," he said, his eyes glistening as he described missing the rhythm of the waves and the camaraderie of his fishing crew. Sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass, had stolen his strength, a story I've heard countless times from seniors across the country. But Walter's life transformed when he began incorporating simple vegetables from his coastal town's farmer's market into his meals. Within a year, he was carrying his tackle box again, casting lines with his grandchildren, his strength restored, his memory sharper, and his spirit brighter than ever. His secret wasn't a costly supplement or rare superfood. It was the humble power of everyday plants, packed with protein and nutrients that rekindled his body's vitality. If you're searching for vegetable proteins for seniors or muscle health after 70, you're about to uncover a transformative truth. Welcome to the Senior Health Podcast, where we weave heartfelt stories, cutting-edge science, and practical tips to keep you thriving in your golden years. I'm Dr. Eleanor Vance, an 83-year-old cardiologist who's spent over 40 years helping more than 60,000 patients, from chaotic emergency rooms to serene rural clinics. Today, we're embarking on an inspiring journey through 9 powerful vegetable proteins: okra, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, spinach, mushrooms, green peas, and moringa leaves that can keep you strong, independent, and vibrant. Stay until the end, because the number one food is so potent it could rival eggs and, in some ways, surpass them, revolutionizing your strength, mobility, and brain health. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this with someone you love. This episode could be their key to a stronger life. Drop a comment below. Type 1 if you're ready to boost your strength after 70, or 0 if you're here to stay proactive. Where are you joining us from today? Let's begin this story of hope, renewal, and resilience. Walter's transformation began with a humble vegetable, okra, a green pod often overlooked but brimming with potential for seniors battling muscle loss. Its emerald sheen, like a jewel glistening in the morning sun, belies its power to restore strength. In my Wisconsin clinic, I met Beatrice, a 78-year-old retired baker whose arms trembled when kneading dough for her family's Sunday pies. "I can't bake like I used to," she said, her voice heavy as she stood in her kitchen, the scent of cinnamon fading with her strength. Okra, with 2 grams of protein per cooked cup, may seem modest, but its soluble fiber and mucilage act like a soothing balm for the digestive tract, strengthening the gut lining and boosting nutrient absorption. For seniors like Beatrice, whose aging digestive system struggled to extract protein, this is critical. A 2021 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study found that improved gut health increases protein absorption by up to 20%, fueling muscle repair and growth. The study highlighted how soluble fiber enhances the gut's mucosal barrier, allowing amino acids to enter the bloodstream more efficiently, supporting muscle protein synthesis via the mTOR pathway, a key regulator of cell growth and repair. Beatrice began stewing okra with ripe tomatoes, garlic, and a pinch of thyme, a recipe her grandmother made, filling her kitchen with warmth and memories of family gatherings in Wisconsin's rolling hills, where the air carried the scent of apple orchards. Within 3 weeks, her tremors eased, and she kneaded dough again, her grandchildren crowding around the kitchen table, their laughter mingling with the aroma of fresh pies. "I'm baking again," she said, her smile wide, her daughter, Ellen, adding, "Mom's hands are steady. It's a miracle." Okra's flavonoids and polyphenols fight inflammation, which a 2020 circulation study linked to 15% faster muscle loss in seniors due to chronic cytokine release, such as IL-6 and TNF-alpha, which degrade muscle tissue by activating catabolic pathways like ubiquitin proteasome. Its 50 mg of magnesium and 300 mg of potassium per cup prevent sharp nighttime cramps by stabilizing muscle contractions, as magnesium facilitates calcium uptake in muscle cells, per a 2019 neurology study. Okra also nurtures the gut microbiome, promoting beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, which a 2022 nutrient study linked to better nutrient uptake and reduced inflammation, lowering C-reactive protein levels by 10%. To prepare okra, choose firm, bright green pods at the market, store them in a paper bag in the fridge for up to a week, and stew gently to preserve their nutrients. Try adding okra to a hearty vegetable soup with onions and bell peppers for a comforting meal that supports muscle health. Comment okra for strength to pledge adding this gentle hero to your plate, and let's continue our journey. In Maine, Agnes, a 75-year-old former librarian, clutched a worn photo album, her hands trembling as she spoke of reading to children at the library. "I can't carry my books anymore," she said, her eyes misty with memories of story time under oak beams. Asparagus, with 2 to 3 grams of protein per cooked cup, became her quiet guardian. Its slender spears, tender yet firm, carry choline, which ensures smooth brain-to-muscle communication, critical for coordination and balance. A 2019 neurology study linked low choline to a 15% higher fall risk in seniors, as it impairs acetylcholine production, essential for nerve signaling to muscles via nicotinic receptors. Agnes roasted asparagus with olive oil and a sprinkle of sea salt, its golden tips crisp, evoking Maine's coastal meadows at dusk, where the salty breeze carried memories of her childhood clam bakes by the rocky shore. Within a month, her balance improved, and she carried her books to the community center, the children's laughter lifting her spirits as they gathered around her. Asparagus' folate and vitamin E boost blood flow, fueling muscles with oxygen, while its diuretic effect reduced Agnes's puffy ankles, as a 2020 Journal of Geriatric Medicine study noted better circulation cuts fatigue by 10%. The study explained how folate supports nitric oxide production, dilating blood vessels for better oxygen delivery, while vitamin E neutralizes reactive oxygen species, ROS, protecting muscle cells from oxidative damage. Asparagus' glutathione, a master antioxidant, shields muscle fibers from oxidative stress, which accelerates aging, keeping them resilient. A 2021 aging cell study found glutathione reduces muscle damage by 12% in seniors by scavenging free radicals and stabilizing mitochondrial function. To maximize benefits, choose asparagus with tight, vibrant tips. Store it upright in a jar with water in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, and roast or steam lightly to retain its nutrients. Pair asparagus with a lemon tahini drizzle for a zesty side dish that complements its earthy flavor. "I'm reading to the kids again," Agnes said, her grandchildren cheering as they listened to her stories, the library's warmth wrapping them like a blanket. Asparagus was her key to freedom, a simple vegetable that restored her mobility and joy. Comment asparagus for balance to add this gem to your meals. In Montana, Samuel, a 77-year-old retired rancher, gripped his cane, his heart heavy as he recalled herding cattle under the big sky. "I can't saddle a horse anymore," he said, his voice thick with sorrow. Brussels sprouts, with 4 grams of protein per cooked cup, offered relief. Their tiny green buds, like miniature cabbages, pack vitamin C, which builds collagen, strengthening muscles, ligaments, and tendons. A 2021 Journal of Bone and Joint Surgery study found adequate vitamin C reduces joint stiffness by 25% by supporting collagen synthesis at the molecular level, enhancing tendon elasticity and joint stability through cross-linking of collagen fibers. Samuel roasted Brussels sprouts with walnuts and balsamic vinegar. The aroma a comforting hug in his Montana kitchen, reminiscent of family barbecues under starry skies, where the crackle of a campfire mingled with laughter. His stiffness eased, and he rode short trails again, the wind carrying his grandchildren's laughter across the plains. Glucosinolates calm inflammation, linked to faster muscle loss in a 2020 circulation study, which noted that chronic inflammation increases cytokine levels, degrading muscle tissue via NF-κB pathways, a key driver of muscle catabolism. Vitamin K supports bone density and nerve communication, reducing fall risk by 20%, per a 2019 geriatric medicine study, as it directs calcium to bones, strengthening skeletal support via osteocalcin activation. Brussels sprouts also support gut health, fostering bifidobacterium, which a 2023 Frontiers in Nutrition study linked to reduced inflammation and better protein absorption by enhancing gut barrier function. To prepare, select firm, bright green sprouts, store them in a perforated bag in the fridge, and roast at 400 degrees for 20 minutes to enhance their nutty flavor. Try tossing them with dried cranberries for a festive dish that boosts antioxidant intake. "I'm riding again," Samuel said, his grandchildren cheering as they galloped under the big sky. Brussels sprouts were his foundation for mobility, a humble vegetable that restored his independence. Comment Brussels for mobility to bring these buds to your table. In Colorado, Dorothy, a 76-year-old retired teacher, leaned on her walker, her heart heavy as she recalled nature hikes with her grandchildren. "I can't cross my yard without feeling weak," she said, her voice cracking. Broccoli, with 2.52 to 3 grams of protein per 100 grams, brought energy. Its sulforaphane reduces inflammation, cutting muscle loss by 15% per a 2019 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study, which showed sulforaphane inhibits pro-inflammatory pathways like NF-κB, preserving muscle fibers by downregulating catabolic genes such as MURF1. Dorothy stirred broccoli into soups with garlic and cream, its green florets brightening her Colorado kitchen like a summer meadow after a rain. Vitamin C, folate, and fiber support collagen, circulation, and digestion, boosting protein absorption by 20%, per a 2020 nutrient study. The fiber stabilizes blood sugar, preventing energy crashes, while vitamin C enhances iron absorption for red blood cell production. As a 2018 American Journal of Clinical Nutrition study noted a 10% boost in energy from better iron uptake via upregulation of transferrin receptors. Broccoli also nurtures the gut microbiome, promoting bifidobacterium and lactobacillus, which a 2022 nutrient study linked to reduced inflammation and better nutrient uptake, lowering C-reactive protein by 10%. To prepare, choose broccoli with tight dark green florets, store it in a perforated bag in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, and steam lightly for 5 to 7 minutes to preserve sulforaphane. Try adding broccoli to a quinoa salad with cherry tomatoes and feta for a protein-packed meal. "I'm hiking short trails again," Dorothy said, her grandchildren cheering as they explored the Rockies. The scent of pine filling the air. Broccoli was her protector, fueling her energy and strength. Comment broccoli for energy to embrace this green warrior. In Wisconsin, Beatrice, a 78-year-old baker, struggled with trembling hands. "I can't knead dough anymore," she said, her kitchen silent. Kale, with 4 grams of protein per raw cup, restored resilience. Its vitamin K and C build collagen, improving balance by 20%, per a 2020 geriatric medicine study, as vitamin K directs calcium to bones, strengthening skeletal support via osteocalcin activation, a process critical for bone mineralization. Beatrice blended kale into smoothies with banana and lemon, the taste evoking Wisconsin's lush farms, where summer breezes carried the scent of fresh hay. Alpha-lipoic acid protects muscles from oxidative stress, which a 2019 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study linked to 15% faster muscle aging due to Rus accumulation, damaging mitochondrial DNA. Magnesium, calcium, and potassium, 50 mg and 100 mg and 300 mg per cup, prevent cramps by regulating muscle contractions via calcium channel modulation, per a 2019 neurology study. Kale's antioxidants, including quercetin, also support brain health, reducing cognitive decline by 8%, per a 2021 Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study, by inhibiting amyloid beta aggregation. To prepare, choose dark green, curly leaves, store in a damp cloth in the fridge, and blend or sauté lightly to retain nutrients. Try kale in a warm salad with roasted sweet potatoes and almonds for a nutrient-dense dish. "I'm baking pies again," Beatrice said, her grandchildren crowding around her kitchen table. Comment "Kale" for resilience to add this superfood to your plate. In Florida, Harold, a 70-year-old retiree, loved his beach walks, the sand warm under his feet, but shaky steps and fatigue cut his strolls short. "My legs don't listen anymore," he said, gazing at the ocean. Spinach, with 3 to 5 grams of protein and 79 mg of magnesium per cup, eased his cramps, as a 2019 neurology study linked low magnesium to 30% more spasms due to impaired muscle relaxation via calcium channel dysfunction. Harold sautéed spinach with garlic and a dash of olive oil, its aroma filling his Florida kitchen, reminiscent of family fish fries by the Gulf. Nitrates improve circulation, boosting endurance by 10%, per a 2020 circulation study, while lutein and zeaxanthin reduce inflammation by neutralizing ROS, per a 2021 aging cell study. Pairing spinach with tomatoes for vitamin C enhanced iron absorption, supporting energy, as a 2018 nutrients study noted a 12% increase in red blood cell efficiency via enhanced ferritin storage. Spinach's fiber supports gut health, fostering bifidobacterium, per a 2023 Frontiers in Nutrition study, which linked it to a 15% improvement in nutrient uptake. To prepare, choose vibrant green leaves, store in a sealed bag with a paper towel, and sauté or blend raw to preserve nitrates. Try spinach in a smoothie with berries and yogurt for a refreshing boost. "I'm walking the beach again," Harold said, his wife, Susan, nodding as they strolled at sunset, the sky ablaze with orange and pink. Comment "spinach for steadiness" to try this green ally. In Texas, Betty, a 74-year-old gardener, faced muscle stiffness that threatened her rose garden. "My legs feel like bricks," she said, standing among her wilting blooms. Mushrooms, with 3 to 5 grams of protein per 100 grams, concentrated protein when cooked, offering a meaty texture. B vitamins, riboflavin, niacin, and selenium reduce muscle damage by 15%, per a 2021 circulation study, as selenium neutralizes Rus, protecting muscle cells by stabilizing mitochondrial membranes. Betty added mushrooms to omelets with fresh herbs, their earthy flavor evoking Texas's oak groves, where she once picnicked with her children. Ergothioneine and beta-glucans support brain and muscle health, improving recovery by 20%, per a 2018 nutrient study, by enhancing mitochondrial function via AMPK activation, a key regulator of cellular energy. Mushrooms also support gut health, fostering akkermansia, per a 2023 Frontiers in Nutrition study, linked to reduced inflammation. To prepare, choose firm, dry mushrooms, store in a paper bag in the fridge, and sauté with garlic for maximum flavor. Try mushrooms in a barley risotto for a hearty, muscle-supporting meal. "I'm tending my roses again," Betty said, her son, Tom, beaming at her vibrant blooms. Comment "mushrooms for endurance" to savor this ally. In Ohio, Clara, a 68-year-old, loved dancing with her grandchildren, but fatigue stopped her mid-twirl. "I can't keep up," she said, watching her grandkids spin. Green peas, with 8 grams of protein per cup, sparked muscle repair with leucine, boosting synthesis by 20%, per a 2020 Journal of Clinical Nutrition study, which noted leucine activates mTOR pathways, upregulating muscle protein synthesis genes like RPS6KB1. Clara mixed peas into stir-fries with carrots and soy sauce, their sweetness evoking Ohio's summer gardens, where she once picked peas with her mother. Fiber, vitamin K, and folate reduce stiffness and support circulation, preserving muscle mass by 15%, per a 2019 geriatric medicine study. Peas also support gut health, fostering lactobacillus, per a 2023 Frontiers in Nutrition study, linked to better nutrient absorption. To prepare, choose bright green peas, store frozen for convenience, and steam lightly to retain nutrients. Try peas in a pasta primavera with lemon zest for a fresh, protein-rich dish. "I'm dancing again," Clara said, twirling with her grandkids in her living room, music filling the air. Comment, "Peas for power," to add this boost to your plate. In California, James, a 71-year-old hiker, felt his strength fade on trails. "I'm too tired for the views," he said, gazing at photos of California paths. Moringa, with 9 grams of protein and all essential amino acids, rivaled eggs, preserving muscle by 25%, per a 2018 nutrient study, which highlighted its leucine and isoleucine content for muscle repair. James simmered moringa in soups with garlic and lemon, its earthy flavor evoking California's coastal farms where he once walked with his wife. Iron, calcium, and antioxidants. Quercetin, camphorol, boosted mobility and memory by 10%, per a 2021 Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study, which linked quercetin to reduced amyloid plaque formation and improved synaptic function. Moringa's fiber supports gut health, fostering bifidobacterium, per a 2023 Frontiers in Nutrition study, as linked to reduced inflammation and better nutrient uptake. To prepare, use dried moringa powder in smoothies or fresh leaves in soups, store in an airtight container, and avoid overcooking to preserve antioxidants. Try moringa in a coconut curry with chickpeas for a nutrient-dense meal. "I'm hiking again," James said, his wife, Laura, marveling at his energy on the trails. Comment, "Moringa for vitality," to discover this green powerhouse. In New York, Sarah, a 69-year-old, struggled with fatigue after gardening. "I can't keep planting," she said, her hands dusted with soil. Combining these vegetables, okra, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, spinach, mushrooms, peas, moringa, restored her strength. She added okra to chili, asparagus to roasts, and moringa to smoothies, her energy returning as she planted marigolds in her garden, their golden petals bright under the New York sun. "I'm gardening again," Sarah said, her neighbor nodding in admiration. Comment, "Veggies for strength," to try this mix. In Illinois, Thomas, a 73-year-old, slowed his walks due to fatigue. "I'm not the same," he said, looking at his walking shoes. These vegetables restored his strength and he walked farther, his daughter cheering as they strolled through a park, the scent of autumn leaves in the air. Comment, "Veggies for resilience," to join him. In Georgia, Emily, a 70-year-old, tired quickly at her knitting club. "My hands give out," she said, her needles idle. These vegetables restored her strength, and she knitted all day, showing her red scarf at the club, her friends clapping in delight. Comment, "Veggies for endurance," to try this approach. In Virginia, Grace, a 75-year-old yoga teacher, felt weak. "I can't hold poses," she said, her mat rolled up. These vegetables restored her strength and she taught again, demonstrating a warrior pose under Virginia's oak trees. Comment, "Veggies for vitality," to join her. In Arizona, Robert, a 72-year-old, struggled in his cactus garden. "I can't dig anymore," he said under the desert sun. These vegetables restored his strength and he planted cacti again, his son, Michael, marveling at his vigor. Comment, "Veggies for power," to try this mix. In New Mexico, Linda, a 71-year-old painter, struggled with hand tremors. "My brush shakes," she said, her easel dusty. These vegetables eased her tremors, and she painted desert landscapes again, her daughter, Anna, admiring her vibrant canvases under the southwest sun. Comment "Veggies for Creativity" to join her. As we close this Senior Health Podcast journey, these 9 vegetables, okra, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, kale, spinach, mushrooms, green peas, and moringa, are medicine for your muscles, nerves, and mind, fighting sarcopenia, inflammation, and fatigue with every bite. Pair them with beans, quinoa, or fish for a complete nutritional toolbox. Start small. Stew okra with tomatoes and garlic for a comforting soup. Roast asparagus with a lemon drizzle for a zesty side, or blend moringa into a morning smoothie with banana and almond milk. Choose fresh, vibrant produce at the market. Look for bright green okra pods, firm asparagus spears, and dark kale leaves. Store properly. Keep okra in a paper bag, asparagus in a jar with water, and moringa powder in an airtight container to preserve nutrients. Cook lightly. Steam broccoli for 5 to 7 minutes. Sauté spinach for 2 to 3 minutes. Or roast Brussels sprouts at 400 degrees for 20 minutes to retain their potent compounds. Experiment with recipes. Try a kale and quinoa salad with avocado, a mushroom and barley risotto, or a pea and carrot stir-fry with ginger. These dishes not only nourish your body but also bring joy to your table, connecting you to memories of family meals, summer gardens, or bustling markets. Your body will reward you with strength, steadiness, and clarity, helping you chase grandchildren, tend gardens, or hike trails well into your golden years. Subscribe to the Senior Health Podcast. Turn on notifications and share this with someone who deserves vitality, your parent, neighbor, or friend. Comment, "I'm ready to thrive," to pledge these changes and join our community of vibrant seniors. Which vegetable will you try first? Drop it below. Whether it's okra's gentle power or moringa's potent punch, we love hearing from you. Stay strong, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time on the Senior Health Podcast, where we're committed to helping you live your best life at any age.